Emunas Chachomim, loosely translated, believing in Chachomim. To achieve Torah, one needs to trust and believe in Chachmei HaTorah. One needs to believe and trust in the giants of our tradition. Vayaminu ba'Hashem uveMoshe avdo. The fundamentals in Emunah are not only believing in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but also believing in Moshe Avdoi. And that means not only Moshe, but the giants throughout the ages that taught us Torah. The giants of Torah Shebal Peh, the keepers of our sacred trust, Matikei Hashmua, the transmitters of tradition. Maharam Chagis in Mishnas Chachomim, in his comments on Memches Dvorim Shatorah Nikneis Behem, he writes that Emunas Chachomim, in his opinion, should have been number one, should have started the list, because everything starts with Emunas Chachomim. If you don't have total trust, belief, admiration in the Gedolim that teach us Torah, how could you achieve anything in Torah? And that is a fascinating comment. In our tradition, we know about Yeridas Hadoros. We're going down, not up. In most other societies, other fields of knowledge, men believe we're going up. We know far more than any of the previous generations. We understand far more than our forefathers about science, about the world, about anything. And sometimes the modern world has a tendency to mock and to laugh at what the Chachomim of previous generations assumed and maintained. But the Gemara in Shabbos Kuf Yud Beis Amid Beis says, and I think it's a memory of Rav Zera, one of the great Ameroim, Im Arashonim Kemalachim Anu Kivnei Adam. Im Arashonim Kivnei Adam Anu Kechamorim. If the early Gedolim were like angels, then we could consider ourselves human beings. If we assume that we're human beings, then we are like donkeys, like mules. And this statement just comes to stress what we feel is the distance between the great Gedolim of previous generations and where we stand. It is like the difference between an angel and a mortal, between a human being and an animal, as bright as that animal might be. Ve'yaminu b'Shem uveMoshe avdoi is an interesting mechilta. Mechilta de Rabbi Shmuel. Mechilta is the Torah of one of the greatest Tanoim, Rabbi Shmuel. And he asks, if they believed in Moshe Rabbeinu, goes without saying they believed in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So why does the Pasuk need to stress Vayaminu b'Hashem uveMoshe? If you believe in Moshe Rabbeinu, goes without saying. It's a kal v'chomer. Then obviously you believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Pasuk wants to teach us. Vayaminu b'Hashem uveMoshe av, there are two sides of the very same coin. And if you don't believe in Moshe, your trust and your emunah in Hashem is faulty, is deficient, is found lacking. So Emunas Chachomim is essential. But how do we define Emunas Chachomim? Does it mean that Chachomim could never make a mistake? No. A very famous Marmeh Chazal that Rashi brings in Parashas Shoftim. You should not stray from whatever they tell you, right or left. Rashi brings a filo oimer achol smol shu yamin, val yamin shu smile. The posuk means yamin and smile to stress, even if they say that right is left and left is right. You need to follow their orders and do what they demand. The Ramban al Torah explains, you should believe that they know better than you. Might seem to you that right is right and left is left, but if they say your right is actually left and your left is actually right, trust them. They are probably right. But even if they're wrong, you need to follow what they say. And their word reigns supreme. Meaning to say, Chachomim might have a mistake. Definitely, it's possible. But nevertheless, you need to follow what they command. You need to follow what they order. Sefer HaChinuch, Mitzvah Tov Tzaddik Vav, makes this very point. And I'm quoting what he writes. Toiv lisbel to'us achas v'yu hakal mesurim tachas da'atam ha'toiv tomid v'lo sheyaseh kol achad kefi da'ato שבזה יהיה חורבן הdas והפסד האומה. So the great Sefer HaChinuch says, they might have a mistake. But it is preferable to follow one mistake or two mistakes than create chaos and anarchy, and everybody will decide on his own what to do and how to act, and that will be total destruction of our das, of our religion, of our Torah, and of our society. And therefore, we adhere to Divrei Chachomim. They are human. Inasmuch as they're human, they might make mistakes. Probably not. Their wisdom is far greater than yours. But they might be mistaken, but nevertheless, their word is Torah. And that is the essence of Emunas Chachomim. Have a beautiful day.